So you have a 2004 to 2008 Grand Prix, and you're looking to change the coils. And actually, if memory serves, it even works on the older Series 2, 3.8s, and so on. So you can follow the same principles, but we're going to go through it now. I'll show you specifically. This is a 2005 Grand Prix. You know, you guys know this car already for those who've been a long time watching. Very, very easy to change the coils on your car. As you can see, the right of the front of the car right there, front and center, easy to see. So shouldn't be a straightforward, a very hard job. There's a couple things to note. All you're gonna need to do this job is you need your new coils. So you can see I have them all lined up here. You'll need a socket with a 7/32 bit. In this case here, I'm just using a screwdriver with a 7/32 bit on there. See? There you go. A dielectric grease. And that's it. That's all you're really going to need to get this job done. It's very easy and straightforward, very low cost. I mean, the big cost, of course, is the coils, which are not the most expensive out there, but they're not cheap either. As you can see, I've already applied grease, dielectric grease, on 2 of the coils. You don't need a lot. I'm going to put a little bit more here just so you guys can see. Okay, you don't need a lot. You want to make sure that it's making full contact though. See, there it is. When it goes onto the actual plate itself. So let's get set up here. As you can see, here's the coils. Just give me 1 second. There we go. All right. Now, I do want to stress that you only want to do this one at a time and make sure you note which wires you're disconnecting. Because obviously, if you put the wrong wires on, you're going to do a host of different problems to your car. Everything from bad timing, rough idle, poor fuel economy, up to severe catastrophic engine damage. So make sure, of course, you're only doing this one at a time. Don't be gung-ho, pull all the wires all at once and think you'll get it done. You can do that, but you run the risk, of course, of something happening and making a big mistake. So let's not do that. So we'll start off, of course, with this one down here. Actually, let's start with the top one. So you just pull your wire. You get good firm grip on the boot. Just pull up. Put that one aside. And we're going to do this one here. There. We put that lower. So that's going to be a lower one and a higher one. There we go. Then we take our tool here. Now, some will tell you it's a good idea to disconnect the negative. I haven't done that. Although, I wouldn't hurt to do that just to be extra cautious. A lot of buildup, as I say, pulling this out here, I can see the buildup. You're going to want to be careful of the screws. Technically, the screws should have no corrosion or issues or anything like that. They should be very easy to pull out because you're not going to have a lot of element exposure here. But at the same time, be careful because you do not normally get new screws to replace. So, pretty long screws as well, worth noting. You can see pulling it out there. It's one screw. There you go. Now we're going to do the other one. And you should already see, obviously, there's some motion. It comes out nice and easy. That's it. So these are my old coils here, and these are actually the original coils for this 12-year-old car, and that's long overdue to have them replaced. It's not just by age, of course, it's by mileage, but you know. These you do get new boots that come with it. So if you get a chance to pull these off, inspect them and see if there's any cracking or breaking or anything like that on there. Actually, I do see a little bit of breaking, so I'm going to pull this one off and put a new one. Just give me 1 second. So in the event that you do need to do this, you just need a flathead or something to just pull that off. And of course, since it's coming in, you want to be careful not to damage the leads, but you're just going to pull that boot right out. Sorry if I'm blocking the view there. we go. Just use it, work it around, and then, as you can see, I'm pulling out mostly by hand. Just need to get in there. So I pulled out the old boot. Here, I'll show you guys. If you guys can get a good view of it there. There we go. So this is actually not in bad condition. It's pretty good, but you can see there's some cracking over there and everything like that near the top. Actually fairly good condition. Sometimes they're far worse. They're burned out, especially if you're having ignition issues or anything like that. But this one's actually pretty good, but we are going to put a new one in. So I do have a new one. That's right here. I'm going to put that on. Okay. Now let's get our new coil. Now, of course, the coils are not specific. So in other words, you don't have one here that's doing, this is marked. If you look, you'll see it actually has the cylinder numbers on it. 3 and 6, and of course the new ones do not. But they are generic in the sense that just because this says 3 and 6 doesn't mean it's only 3 and 6, in case you're wondering. So now you just slip these new ones on. Once they're on, you reapply your screws. Just retighten these, and essentially, now there is an actual torque specification for these, but essentially what you're going to want to do is you go, first off, don't tighten one side without tightening the other. You kind of interchange between both sides. I do not recommend using any power tools, especially to remove, because you can over tighten and destroy the board underneath. So just go essentially till it's about hand tight. About hand tight there, and then just another small quarter turn. Hand tight, quarter turn. Now the only difference here that you guys are not going to see is I'm actually going to be changing the wires, which will be in a separate video. So I'm not going to be applying dielectric grease on here yet. Normally though, that's what you do. You put your dielectric grease on here as well once this is installed. Then you grab your wires, put them back on, make sure they fit nice and snug. You should hear a little click. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And that's it. Your coil is in, and then rinse and repeat for the other 2 coils. You guys are set and ready to go. As you can see, that's very straightforward, and even with me kind of blabbing on about it, it only took a couple minutes to do. So really, it's something that's very straightforward and anyone can do. Very low knowledge of cars and everything to do it. Just follow the steps like I said and be cautious, and make sure you're marking your wires and everything like that. And the only difference, of course, is put the dielectric grease on the coils on the outputs, which I didn't do here because I will check. Also, there's another video that is for the wires as well, which I know is something that people ask about. So that's it. That's all that's involved with the coils. Pretty straightforward and easy. If you have any questions or anything like that, as usual, always leave it in the comments. Let me know. Please like and subscribe. Let me know that this video is working for you guys. And also let me subscribe so that I know that you guys are liking what I'm doing. And I'll see you guys for the next videos. All right, thank you, and take care.